Hi, my name is Melissa van Dijk, and in this video I'm going to share with you how to use the Ordinary Niacinamide and the Ordinary Retinoids together in one routine. And I'm also going to share with you the conflicts of each product so that you're making sure that when introducing those two in your skincare routine, you're not getting into any conflicts with other ingredients or get a skin irritation. But before you're going to apply them to your face, it's also important to know the general rule of thumb, which always starts with water-based serums. Then you're going to apply any anhydrous solutions and oil formulations, and then you're going to finish it off with any creams and suspensions. And if you have more than one water-based serum, you can apply it based on the priority of your concern, and the product that targets the most important concern should go first, and the other ones are going to be layered afterwards. And it's also recommended to use no more than 3 serums formulations in a single routine. And if you're being exposed to the sun, don't forget a good sunscreen. Now I'm going to share with you a little demonstration on how you can also apply those two products, but I also want to mention how you can also use them and when you can use them. Now first of all, the niacinamide can be used daily in the AM and or PM skincare routine, so you can use it once or twice per day depending on your preference. Whereas the ordinary retinoids are preferred to also use in the evening. If you're new to the retinoids and you want to know how you can incorporate them in your skincare routine, I also would recommend checking out this video in the top right corner where I really went into detail so that you're making sure that your skin can also be adjusted to the retinoid. Now, when it comes to starting off with the skincare routine and to also incorporate those two products in your skincare routine, it's important to start always off with step number 1, which is washing your face with a gentle cleanser. Then wash your face, pat the skin dry, and now you're ready for the application. Now I have already washed my face, so I'm ready. And I also would recommend a little tip just in between, because it works so well with also the retinoids, is including the ordinary glycolic acid toning solution. You don't have to, of course, but this one can help you to basically remove the dead skin cells, that you're also having a little bit more of a brighter and even skin tone. Plus, if you have acne scars and you're also combining the ordinary glycolic acid with the retinoid, this is also a beautiful combination. So if you want to include it, this would be now your first step that you're going to apply all over your face and neck area before moving on to the next product. Now I'm going to start off with the toner, and I'm also going to use a fresh cotton pad where you're going to dispense some product onto the cotton pad. Then you're going to apply it evenly all over your face and neck area. And you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. This is also a kind of exfoliator that's going to be like left on the skin, and now you can immediately move on to the next product. There's no need to wait in between. So for the next product, we are going to apply the niacinamide. Now the glycolic acid was a water-based serum, but it is a toner, so the toner is always being applied before any serums. And then you're going to move on to the niacinamide, which is also a water-based serum. Go ahead and use about 2 to 3 drops for the entire face and neck area. So after you have applied the niacinamide, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. With the niacinamide, foaming can happen, which is normal for the product, but it also can be reduced depending on how you're going to apply it. The foaming will become more obvious if you're going to rub it into the skin, and it also depends on how much you're going to use. And that's also why I prefer to also use the padding application instead of rubbing, especially with water-based serums. So now that you have applied the niacinamide, you can also move on to the ordinary retinoids. And this can be any of the ones that the ordinary currently have. They are always going to be applied like after the water-based serums, but before any oils and creams, even the emulsion one. So with this one, go ahead and use about 2 to 3 drops for the entire face and neck area. So, and after you have applied the retinoid, you can also leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off. Now, this can already be it. You can finish it off right here. If you prefer to use an oil or moisturizer afterwards, you can do so, but it's not necessary. This also depends on how your skin feels. My skin feels good, so I don't see the need to also apply an oil or cream afterwards. Now I also want to get into the conflicts, which is really important if you want to include those two products in your current skincare routine, just in case to make sure that nothing happens, that you won't inactivate another ingredient or get a skin irritation. Now with the niacinamide, the only conflict that the niacinamide has is pure or ethylated forms of vitamin C. Now, currently, the Ordinary has 3 of the vitamin C derivatives, which you can see right here. And those are the products that are fine to use with the niacinamide, since those aren't any pure or ethylated forms of vitamin C. So if you have one of those 3 currently at home, then you can also include it in your skincare routine. You're fine to use it with niacinamide. If you have the other products from the Ordinary line from the vitamin Cs, then please do not use them in the same routine. And now with the Ordinary Retinoids, the only conflict that they have is that it's not recommended to use any other retinoids in the same routine. Now, for example, if you have the Gram-active retinoid in emulsion and you have the Gram-active retinoid in squalane, don't use those 2 in the same routine. Just stick with one, that's enough. So, and now that you know how you can properly layer them, how you can apply them, they have no conflicts with each other, you're fine to use niacinamide with the retinoids. Plus also, if you prefer to include the toner, this is a great skincare routine. And I definitely would recommend, if you are going to use the toner and retinoid as well as the niacinamide, it's a great PM skincare routine. So I wouldn't recommend using them during daytime, since the retinoid doesn't really like the sunlight, as well as the glycolic acid can make your skin sensitive to the sun. So when being exposed to the sun, don't forget your sunscreen. Now this is what I wanted to share with you. I do hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you like it, don't forget to give the thumbs up as well as share it, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye!